We're now on the final video detailing the project environment and how to generate a simple project. In this video we'll be going over the last stage, which is the generation of sheets. We'll start by creating a new sheet, and we'll use one we've already loaded in here, which is the CK Planners 8.5 by 11 size A. So there's our sheet right there. I'll go ahead and create all the sheets we need, and you have to do that by creating a new sheet 3 times. And we'll name these K1 and call it kitchen equipment plan. K2 we'll call our electrical rough-in plan, and K3 we'll call our plumbing rough-in plan. Now that we have our sheet set up, we can start bringing in our views, which is very easy. Since we're on the plumbing rough-in plan, we'll bring in that view. So you just click, hold it down, click, drag, and release in this view of the sheet, and it will put that view right in the sheet for you. I'm going to need to bring in that plumbing schedule as well, which works the same way. Drag and drop. I've already formatted these schedules. If I hadn't, they would come in looking something like this, with each of these equidistantly spaced. And that doesn't work because you can see that these really waste a lot of space when you stack all of this text up. So by dragging this out, we can fix that problem. Now we have our very basic plumbing schedule. Looks like I never ended up tagging these, which we can deal with right now. And we've got a couple of items here that need to be tagged, those nested components. And rather than do it that way, we'll click the schedule and click edit schedule, which brings up the schedule view. I will close all my hidden windows, select both of these and highlight them in the model. This is going to work much the same way as the electrical rough-in worked. Now that I've got these 2 items highlighted, I can use the tag all command, and we'll tag them with plumbing tags. And that's been done for us. And then with some detail lines, make sure we have thin lines selected. We can finish off these tags. And just to double check, make sure that this faucet is P1.2. This is P1.1. And the cool thing about Revit is you can just drag this stuff once you draw it out, and it moves. And this line down here stretches as I drag this, as you can see. Anyway, that takes care of the plumbing tags that I forgot to put in. And when we go back to our plumbing rough-in, we see that those tags have appeared, and we have our plumbing plan. Now we'll start doing the electrical rough-in sheet. Bring in the electrical rough-in plan, bring in the electrical rough-in schedule. Done. And we'll do the kitchen equipment plan, We'll bring in our kitchen equipment plan. This came in a little bit too big, so we're going to have to crop it. We find that turning off the crop region creates a cleaner looking sheet, and it eliminates the need to have keep this symmetrical when you crop it down. The important crop to remember is this bottom one that determines the offset from the bottom of the entire view that the title block, which is this piece down here, will be. So with that done, we can deactivate the view, delete it, and bring it back in, and that puts the title bar where it should be. This looks kind of strange because we have the crop region showing up. Turn that off. And that looks right now. And we'll bring in our kitchen equipment schedule. Okay, now we have our 3 sheets. If I wanted to change this a little bit more, I could go to Manage and put in some project information. This will change the data that you see over here. For example, project name will be test project 52, and you can see that that has taken effect. Also, the time is noted that the project was completed, which is pretty cool. Finally, I will be printing out and generating some PDFs. I'm going to combine all the PDFs into one file. We're only going to print out the 3 sheets I just generated. We're using a Architect A size center. You do not want to fit the page. That will confound the scale and cause it to be invalid. You want to make sure that you have zoom set to 100% and you set the center when you're generating your PDFs. Press OK. Press OK again. I'm going to save this over the old PDFs I generated before in another video. And here we can see those PDFs open in Adobe. There's page 1 for sheet 1, sheet 2, and sheet 3. So in about 45 minutes, these were generated from a blank template in Revit.